everything you can in your program to provide a happy and safe environment, but that can all change in an instant. When you're faced with an emergency situation, will you be ready to react? Saving lives is the first priority in the event of any emergency. You and the children must act quickly. An emergency can be a frightening experience, especially for young children. Because of the nature of emergencies, you'll never know when, where, or how they may strike. Your best defense is to plan ahead, be prepared to take action, and practice your response. To protect the children and minimize their fear, you'll need to think clearly and maintain calm and order as you guide the children to safety. Fire is one particular emergency that occurs and escalates very quickly. Let's listen to a provider share her experience when a fire broke out in her program.
I never really thought that my home would ever burn. So this is where it all started. The kitchen was a little bit different at the time, so I came in to fluff up my laundry. I had my helper in the family room. My son was there as well. The dryer was here and the washer was here, and so the dryer was on, and I noticed black smoke coming from behind it and on the side of it. So without thinking, I opened up the window, and when I did that, flames just shot up from behind the dryer. There was clothing hanging on a rope, and that caught immediately. And as soon as that happened, I just realized that it wasn't something I could contain. So I yelled to my helper, "The house is on fire, we have to get the kids out." You can't be in it if you don't love kids, period. That's, you have to do, you have to be very patient. You have to have fun in your head and in your heart, and want to do all the fun stuff the kids do, and that's really, that came across very clear to the parents who brought their kids here every day. They knew that their kids were happy and that they loved coming here, and it was their second home, really. So this is where the kids were napping, in here. So I grabbed the babies that were in there, and then we went from there right into the family room where my assistant was. So once we got the kids out of the bedroom, I brought them in here, and my assistant was already halfway out the door. I looked out, and it was snowing, and then we just got ourselves out.
So again, walking out with the children.
Yeah, and they, again, we were in snow, and then thinking about where we're gonna go, and that used to be our tree over there, where we would have our evacuation drills and everything.
So that's where the children were used to going. So
Right.
They would, during a drill, they would come out and they would go to the tree.
Right, yes.
Clearly you couldn't.
Absolutely, and you also, again, there was snow, so there was a path, a more clear path to get out this way, not across the lawn. And so then, our obvious next spot to go would be to get inside.
Right,
Which
it's cold,
was-
it's February.
Right, which was our neighbor's house over here, that they were used to her, and they were used to the property and crossing the street with me, and probably played in their yard at times. So this was not unfamiliar to them at all. They knew her. They were not traumatized by the event because they didn't really see it. By the time the flames were visible from outside, they were already inside of the relocation spot.
Barbara's home was devastated, but thankfully no one was hurt. In an emergency, things don't always go as you expect them to. That's why it's important to remember that your first responsibility is to get the children out safely. Serious injury can be avoided by being prepared with a proper evacuation plan. The New York State Office of Children and Family Services regulations require all programs to have an evacuation plan that they practice monthly. By practicing the plan, you eliminate delays that may cost you valuable time. Practice evacuation drills at different times of the day, including nap time and in different weather conditions. Remember to use the actual alarm signal, whether on a central alarm system or the test button on a smoke detector. Don't use a bell or whistle to signal the alarm. Children need to associate the sound of the alarm to the evacuation procedure in case of a real fire. After conducting a fire drill is a good time to check all your smoke detectors. Replace the batteries twice a year. The seconds of warning these simple devices provide can mean the difference between getting out or getting injured. Smoke detectors cannot perform their necessary job if the batteries are removed. Maintain a record of each evacuation drill you conduct.
When conducting your monthly drills, practice grabbing your emergency bag. It's packed with important items: shoes for children, blue cards to contact families, extra diapers, bottles, blankets, a first aid kit, snacks, extra car keys, and other necessary paperwork needed to continue operations. If your program is in an apartment building, make sure you have a key to get back inside in case your first means of egress is blocked. Use a bag with shoulder straps so you can keep your hands free. Designate a special place for the bag near your primary exit so you can find it quickly. In the event you are unable to return to the program, you will need to have items to continue your business operations in the alternate location. This could include, but not limited to, children enrollment records, staff files, and attendance records. In the event of a large disaster, you may need to manage other business activities like paying bills and/or payroll. Consider keeping copies of important business documents in a separate location and/or on an electronic file. Think about what you will need to continue your business operations in the event you cannot return to your approved site. Having a plan beforehand is crucial. The program must notify OCFS in the event of a serious incident. When planning and practicing, take into consideration that infants and children with special needs will require additional help, and that younger children will need more assistance than older children to evacuate safely. In the event of an emergency or relocation, your program will need a plan that considers what accommodations are needed to meet the needs of infants and toddlers, children with disabilities, and children with chronic health conditions. If medication and/or assistive technology is needed, how will your program ensure that bases are covered? Incorporate these plans into your routine monthly drills so caregivers, volunteers, and children are all aware of what to do.
Practice using the 2 exit routes in your plan, alternating using your primary and secondary exit. Post emergency exit instructions where they can be seen easily. Meet at a designated location that is safe. Make sure that everyone, including parents, knows exactly where the designated meeting location is, and include going there as part of your practice drills. Your program's designated meeting place should be out of fire truck or emergency vehicle traffic, visible to the first responder, accessible to the street but safe from street traffic, and clear of snow, ice, water, and mud. Be sure you take this into consideration when developing and practicing the program's evacuation plan. In the event that you're not permitted to return to your program, you should arrange for a place to take the children for a reasonable period of time. Locate a place that can offer temporary shelter.
The site should allow you to contact parents and your regulator by telephone. Work with neighbors, nearby businesses, public buildings, schools, or churches to temporarily use their space in an emergency. The site should be within safe walking distance and open during your regular program hours. Make sure your relocation sites understand you need a space for your program to safely stay while you work to reunify with families.
Not all emergencies require evacuation. Depending on the situation, you may be asked to shelter in place. Blizzards, power failures, tornadoes, earthquakes, hurricanes, and lockdown situations are examples of emergencies you may encounter. Many of the things you do to prepare for an emergency evacuation will help you meet the demands of keeping children safe and calm during sheltering in place. Each program must hold 2 shelter-in-place drills annually where procedures and supplies are reviewed. Programs are required to develop a plan for sheltering in place and how the health, safety, and emotional needs of children will be met, as well as a plan for notifying the children's parents. Responding safely to any non-medical emergency or natural disaster is done by planning ahead, being prepared, and practicing your response. With good planning and practice, you can remain calm and act predictably should an emergency occur.